The AirPods Pro are great wireless earbuds, but they cost $250. The Samsung Galaxy Buds Live are a lot cheaper at $170. I've tried both of them. I'm going to tell you which one is best. Both these wireless earbuds have many of the same features. They both have active noise cancellation and they both offer a completely wire-free design. So I'm going to compare them on everything from battery life to design, how they feel in the ear, and of course, sound quality. So let's get started. I want to start with arguably the most important feature of any wireless earbud, and that is, of course, the sound quality. If you've watched any of my previous comparisons talking about the AirPods Pro, then you will know that I think that they have a fairly neutral sound profile. It is balanced for music, podcasts, and calls, and they sound pretty good. But they don't sound as dynamic as some other pairs out there. And the Samsung Galaxy Buds Live sound a lot more punchy and have a lot more dynamism, especially on default settings. Now, you can change that sound profile within the Galaxy Wearable app to a number of different presets, whether you prefer it a little bit more bassy and a little bit more soft. I think the sound quality on both of these buds is good, but if you want the punchiest sound out of the box with really clear mids, trebles, and a good bass response, although depending on the fit of your ear, which I will talk about in a little bit, then I think the Galaxy Buds Live give you a much more pleasant experience straight out of the box if you don't want to tweak any settings. That said, the AirPods Pro do have what's called an adaptive equalizer that's changing the sound based on a number of different variables, including the shape of your ear, so it is doing a lot of work behind the scenes. But for people like me that like to tweak, it isn't quite enough. The AirPods Pro are also going to be getting a spatial audio upgrade when iOS 14 rolls around. So that's something I'm really looking forward to seeing if it does make a significant difference to sound quality. The AirPods Pro, because they sit more firmly inside your ear canal with interchangeable tips, create more of a seal, so the active noise cancellation is incredibly effective at blocking out so much of the external world. The Galaxy Buds Live have an open design, so that means that they're not sitting directly in your ear canal with a seal like the AirPods Pro. Now, the real use case for ANC is really things like commuting and plane travel. Working from home over the past few months, like you might be as well, there aren't that many opportunities to create a really loud environment that kind of simulates being on a plane or being on the bus. So I decided to go into my bathroom, pretend I'm doing my morning commute, turning on the overhead fan to make it as noisy and as constant white noise as possible, and see which one sounded the best in terms of blocking out the noise. And yeah, this one was a no-brainer. The AirPods Pro did a much better job of active noise cancellation than the Galaxy Buds Live because of the design, and it was just overall much more effective. So if ANC is a priority for you, you're probably going to want to choose the AirPods Pro. The AirPods Pro also have a transparency mode that helps you hear more of your surrounds, while the open design of the Galaxy Buds naturally lets in more sound even when you have active noise cancellation turned on. Call quality is a big important factor. I've tested both of these earbuds on several calls. I did Zoom and Hangouts. Both worked really well. Seamless connection with the computer, the microphone sounded good, and I could hear the callers really well. No dropouts, great. No complaints there. I then did a number of calls with both of the AirPods Pro and the Galaxy Buds, one after the other. For the recipient, the Galaxy Buds were much better at drowning out a noisy environment when I was on a phone call. Enough of me describing what they sound like, take a listen to the microphones for yourself. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Also, you can use either Galaxy Buds Live or AirPods Pro independently for phone calls, whichever side you like, they'll both work. Let's talk about how they actually fit in the ear, because for me, that's such an important part of longevity in how long I'm able to wear a pair of earbuds. In terms of comfort levels, this one is going to be so dependent on the shape of your ear And for me, I have incredibly tiny ears. I've always found it a struggle to get the small enough ear tip for the AirPods Pro to create a really, really tight seal and for them to stay in and be super comfortable for long wear. But the Galaxy Buds Live are not that much better for extended wear for tiny ears like mine. So they might not feel super comfortable for me for anything longer than a 3-hour listening session, but for you, this might be completely different. So your mileage will vary. All I can say is what works for me will be completely different for you depending on the shape of your ear. I really like that the Galaxy Buds Live are way more discreet than the AirPods Pro. Yes, they come in a number of different colors, the Mystic Bronze, black and white, and the AirPods Pro are simply in white. That's not exactly what I mean about being discreet. They blend in a little bit more with my hair color with the bronze look, but it's not just that. It's because they don't have any part that really sticks out. It means that I can put my hair down completely and they don't get in the way when I'm brushing it out of my face, when I'm working out, or even when I'm changing my sweater in the middle of the day while listening to music. But there is one way to show you how these earbuds stay in my ears, even in the middle of a workout, without me having to go and do a workout. And that is the headbang test. All right, the AirPods Pro don't fall out, but they do get a little loose. That's just my ears. I'm so dizzy, I can't put the AirPods Pro back in the right way. All right, Galaxy Buds Live. I'm gonna like knock myself out. Oh, okay. Didn't fall out. As for things like sweat resistance and how they feel when working out, well, let me tell you, again, this is going to differ a lot depending on person to person. I'll tell you the IP ratings of them first. The Galaxy Buds Live are rated IPX2, so they are splash resistant to some degree, whereas the AirPods Pro are IPX4, so they are more splash and water resistant. If you're a sweaty person like me, when you work out that is, you might probably want to think about going for the AirPods Pro. Now, I haven't done a full water test on these yet, but I think that the AirPods Pro are going to be a little bit more sweat resistant because of that higher rating. That said, I have done an incredibly sweaty HIIT workout, high impact interval training, whatever HIIT stands for. It involves a lot of, high intensity training. I have worn both of these earbuds for this particular workout and I found that the Galaxy Buds Live actually stay in a little bit better overall. I've never found the AirPods Pro to be particularly good for things like running for my particular ear shape. They do tend to fall out just a little bit, so I have to keep pushing them in. The Galaxy Buds Live did a better job of staying in overall, although when I got really sweaty towards the end of the workout, I did feel them starting to slip. And when I took them out of the ear, long-term sweat resistance is going to be an interesting one to test, so I will report back over the next couple of months if anything changes. Okay, let's touch on all of the other smart features and controls that you get. So the Galaxy Buds Live have a touch panel on either bud that you can use to change tracks, skip back and forth, start your voice assistant, all of that stuff. You can customize the commands on each of the earbuds. Now, in the Galaxy wearable app, which is on iOS and Android, you can change those settings regardless of the ecosystem you're using. If you put the AirPods Pro on Android, you can't change those default settings of the stem and tap controls without first changing it on an iOS device. It's just something to bear in mind if you're using the AirPods Pro on Android. As soon as you open the case on both of the earbuds, it pops up with a nice animation on either of your respective devices. If you're using the Galaxy Buds on a Samsung Galaxy device or on the AirPods on an iPhone, has a nice little interface that looks strikingly similar. These buds don't have a physical button to change the volume like on other earbuds you might be familiar with, such as the Powerbeats Pro. Instead, you can change the volume with the touch panel on the Galaxy Buds Live by changing that within the app. So you can set left and right to volume up and volume down with a long press. On the AirPods Pro, you can't change the stem to do any of that volume control. Instead, you'll have to use your voice through Siri. Both of them also have a Find My Buds feature, but the AirPods Pro actually show you the last location of the AirPods Pro on a map when you open the Find My app, and the Galaxy Buds Live just play some chirping noises. So it's only really useful if you lose them in, say, a handbag, a backpack, or around the house. You won't be able to locate them on a map. Just one thing to note about the codecs that these earbuds use. The Galaxy Buds Live use SBC, AAC, or Samsung's proprietary codec, but you really get the best sound experience with that proprietary codec when you are listening on a Galaxy device. Also on Android, when you are using the Buds Live, is a lab section in the Galaxy Wearable app. Now there's a toggle to make it to go into a games mode to reduce audio latency, and there is also a setting to help relieve pressure on the ear if you aren't using ANC. Now both of these buds have offered rock solid connectivity to the devices that I've tested them on. I've tested both on Android and both on iOS, and I haven't experienced any significant dropouts that are worth noting at all. All right, let's talk battery life. So important for wireless earbuds, because especially if you're working from home, you want these to last as long as possible. So fortunately, the battery life on both of these is good, although it is going to depend on how you're listening in terms of if you have active noise cancellation turned on or off, and also, as I've discovered, the age of the wearables themselves. So by that, I mean, I've had these AirPods Pro for close to a year. At the start, when I was first using them, I was getting very, very close and almost sometimes exceeding the quoted battery life that Apple says, which is around 4.5 to 5 hours with active noise cancellation turned on. Now it is closer to 3.5 to 4 hours of battery life with ANC turned on. The Galaxy Buds Live, Samsung claims it will get you 6 hours with ANC turned on and 8 hours with ANC turned off. I did do a test with active noise cancellation and it didn't last me as long as they claimed, only 5 hours and 10 minutes. So something to bear in mind if you're thinking about which buds are going to be the best for battery life. Both of the charging cases also give the buds some extra battery life, as you would expect. The AirPods Pro have around 24 hours of total charge, whereas the Galaxy Buds Live are up to 29 hours, although that is going to depend on whether or not you are using active noise cancellation. Lightning on the AirPods Pro versus USB-C on the Galaxy Buds Live. Both of them do have wireless charging by default, and if you have a Galaxy phone, you can charge the Galaxy Buds Live or the AirPods Pro from the back of your device. So sneaky little tip there. Now it comes down to the decision about which wireless earbud I would choose and which one is right for you. Now normally this is a fairly easy decision because one clearly outshines the other, but in this instance, they actually have kind of different use cases, and I'm going to recommend both of them, but for different applications. You might be thinking, hey Lexi, that's a bit of a cop-out, like you can't choose both. Well, I can, and I'll tell you why, because the AirPods Pro clearly have better active noise cancellation. So if you're traveling or doing anything where you really need active noise cancellation, really just get the AirPods Pro. It is a lot better than what is offered on the Galaxy Buds Live. That said, these might end up being more comfortable for prolonged wear for you. And the Galaxy Buds Live also sound a lot better straight out of the box. The open design also means that you don't need a transparency mode to let in sound from the outside world for things like personal safety, or if the doorbell rings, or if you have a crying baby that you need to attend to. You don't need to have any transparency mode active. They'll just let in enough sound to be able to hear what's going on your surroundings, even if you have active noise cancellation turned on. That being said, it also is going to come down to which ecosystem you are using. Obviously, the AirPods Pro work really seamlessly with iOS and they give you the best experience, and the Galaxy Buds Live work best on a Galaxy device and on Android. So that's also another deciding factor. I really like both of these earbuds, and if I'm choosing one for listening to music, probably I'm going to choose the Galaxy Buds Live. But if I want to have the immersive active noise cancellation experience, I'm probably going to choose the AirPods Pro. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode and this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions about the earbuds, let me know. And if you're saying, hey, there's a pair of Galaxy Buds Plus, I want to know about those and how those compare to the AirPods, you can find that comparison right over there. See ya!